Good afternoon on a Saturday. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. The best example of Arrowhead, as Clark Hunt talks a little bit more, the best example of Arrowhead is Lambeau Field. Hunt is like, it can't be built like a brand new stadium, but Lambeau Field has a special place. Hunt, nothing has changed in the upcoming weeks. Hunt says he's very interested in a new Arrowhead. It could be an open-air stadium or a dome stadium, referring to a new stadium. The Chiefs are going to have open mind, even though the new stadium, and obviously the design was done before that press conference. For the Kansas City, Kansas, where the legend is between the time of the new building, a new stadium. It's time to build a new stadium, trying from lines before, and they released the renderings this week. Tuesday, Hunt says he learned a lot from few stadiums processes. He has done their hard work. It takes months to years to build a new stadium or to add on to it.
The proposal that you had out there and then design, have you guys kind of go back to the drawing board in terms of how you designed it, what you wanted to see out of Arrowhead? Or are you just trying to reimagine something differently now that you know that maybe you had time to assess the original concept?
We've really not had time to reflect on that. If we end up back focused on a renovation of Arrowhead, we'll obviously look at everything that we did from a design standpoint over the last couple of years to see if it can be enhanced. But we may be in a situation where we're looking at a new stadium as well.
But Arrowhead is one of, if you open it up to more options, Arrowhead is one of those options, though?
It definitely is, yes.
We obviously know your family tied Arrowhead Stadium, what you said your dad's favorite place on earth. How much of a factor will that play, knowing that you may have to look at other options?
I really can't speculate on how any of that's going to turn out. Arrowhead is a special place for our family and our fan base. That was one of the reasons that we focused on it with the last effort, but going forward, it may make more sense for us to be in a new stadium.
Have you had any conversations with any Kansas officials, whether it be the governor or other state officials over there?
We have not. We've been pretty focused the last 3 weeks on the draft, but we know we need to turn our attention.
Clark, given the history of Arrowhead, were there certain just physical restrictions you guys could do in your bid to renovate the building that if you were if you obviously plan to build a new building, you would have maybe more different expansive amenities for fans? I feel like you guys were restricted.
You definitely have limitations when you renovate any building. You can't approach it from the same standpoint as if you were building new. It's just not possible. Fortunately, when Arrowhead was built back in the late 60s and early 70s, the design allowed us to do a lot of things, some of which we did 15 years ago when we did that renovation to sort of bring the building into the 21st century. And our approach with it was to continue to do some more things that would make it more like a modern building. But they definitely are different. So I don't want to suggest that they're the same. Probably the best example in the league would be Lambeau Field, which has been renovated multiple times, and they've done a lot of great things with it. Is it like a brand new stadium? No, but it's also special in its own right.
And given the potential of maybe building a new stadium, whether it's in Missouri or Kansas, is there, after the vote, having a few weeks of time, is there more appeal from your standpoint on what could be possible if building new is a logical conclusion?
Yeah. So I'll answer those in reverse order. I think Brett and his team do a really good job in evaluating the character of the individuals that we draft. occasionally guys make mistakes and get in trouble. And certainly I'm very disappointed with the situation with Rasheed and how that's unfolded. It is an active legal case, so I can't really comment on it further than that. He is still a member of the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think Andy mentioned that we'll just evaluate that as we go forward.
Now we go on to the Mizzou Athletic Director, Laird Veatch, who was hired last Friday. In fact, we just haven't had time to. The athletic director at Memphis, but he says Mizzou feels like home. Coming home from where he was an athletic director support staff from 1997 to 2002. Veatch worked as a Missouri Development Department where he oversaw the funding within emphasized on facilities. He managed the Tigers scholarship funds, an annual giving program. Veatch talked about the athletic department that has experienced highs and lows. Current academy year, the football team and coach Eli Drinkwitz is coming off the best season in school history. Missouri is 11-2 in a Cotton Bowl victory and finished national ranked 8th. But Missouri Tigers basketball wasn't very good this year. In fact, they were horrible at 0-18, and Coach Dennis Gates is big coaching year. He's going to at least probably need to go 500. He also, our number 5 recruiting class in the country, does Dennis Gates. Veatch experiences winning his football fortunes at Memphis. In his first year here, the Tigers finished 12-2. In his second year, the Tigers finished 2-3. Or that it was with the Cotton Bowl victory in 12-2. And last season was 10-3. The school recently announced a 3-phase renovation at the home stadium of Liberty Memorial Bowl, Memphis. Also recently received a pledge from FedEx, $25 million over the next 5 years to help. Veatch worked in the Wildcat Kansas State Athletic Department from 2010 to 2017. Final 2 years deputy of athletic director. He served as the school's interim athletic director after John Curry was the finalist to land a proportionate full-time job. Taylor's. The community returns to University of Missouri, and this is a credible thing for me in my hand. Veatch says, I'm grateful to be president by Choi, curators, the 3 members of the athletic department. Mizzou has had always a passionate fan base, including a board throughout the state. Together, there is an NCAA there is nothing that we cannot accomplish. This includes winning the SEC, NCAA championships, while I'm providing our student athletes with tremendous experience. I am honored humbled to serve at the University of Missouri and do my part. Veatch said in his 4th athletic director, Mizzou seems more like consistency. We will look to sticks to our Mizzou high profile job, said Manu Choi. His 3 daughters were born in Columbia and was recommended by Mike Alden. He also has visions of winning a championship. There's a lot of momentum at the job. New additions to the stadium is top 5 in recruiting class Dennis Gates has built. He thinks the football program has more to capitalize on and more opportunity. There are lots of excitements. The staff's Mizzou and had found the perfect guy. Mizzou is home for him, and he does not plan on leaving Missouri, even with an offer of Kansas State. He's expected to stay with Missouri. That's Sam on Sports.
The Mizzou athletic director hire is official. MU Athletics introduced former Memphis AD Laird Veatch at a press conference this afternoon on campus.
We have team coverage of that announcement tonight. ABC 17 Sports Director Natalie Jones and sports reporter Kyle Helms were at Veatch's introduction today. Kyle's going to have more on how Veatch will look to capitalize on the momentum driving Mizzou athletics. First, though, let's check in with Natalie. Natalie, today had a feeling of being the ultimate homecoming for Veatch and his family.
Yeah, Lucas, Megan, Laird Veatch said it over and over again. Columbia, Missouri is home to him and his family, despite being a Kansas native. That has to be music to university leadership's ears, really after an up and down few years. Laird Veatch is going to be the 4th AD in 9 years, but will look to be the one that sticks it out.